Assalamu alaikum students, I hope you all would be fine. Today we are going to talk about our next topic, and that topic is models and auxiliaries. Right? Now, before talking about the detail of model and auxiliaries, first of all, you all should know what is model and what is auxiliary. Now, these both are actually verbs, right? Now, which kind of verbs and what are the uses of these verbs? Now, here there is a list of models, right? Can, could, may, might, will, would, shall, should, must, ought. These all are actually called as models. Now, why they are called as models? Because they are used with ordinary verbs. They are used before ordinary verbs to express what? Meanings such as possibility, permission, and necessity. For example, if I'm saying I can, okay, if I'm saying I can swim, so here can is what it is model. And why it is called as model? यहाँ पे I can swim ये वो मीनिंग एक्सप्रेस कर रहा है जहाँ पे किसी भी पर्सन की एबिलिटी ऑफ स्विमिंग इज एक्चुअली डिस्क्राइब. यानी जब व्हेन अ पर्सन इज सेइंग आई कैन स्विम, इसका मतलब है वो कह रहा है कि मैं स्विम कर सकता हूँ. ही इज शोइंग हिज एबिलिटी. वो अपनी इस एबिलिटी को एक्सप्रेस कर रहा है विद द हेल्प ऑफ व्हाट? विद द हेल्प ऑफ can. So this can is called as model, and why it is called as model? Because it is used to express possibility, ability of any person, right? In the same way, could is also model. May, might, will, would, shall, should, must, and ought. Now here, if I take out this must, you must improve your writing. What does it mean? Must का मतलब है compulsion है. There is no choice left. When I am saying you must improve your writing, इसका मतलब है तुम्हें अपनी writing जरूर बेहतर बनानी है. So with the help of must, what are you expressing? You are expressing necessity, right? In the same way, when you are saying may I come in? So when you use may in the sentence, when you are asking for permission, जब आप permission के लिए पूछ रहे होते हैं या permission ले रहे होते हैं, so there you people use may. So may, can, may, might, ought, must, these all are actually called as models. And why they are called as models? Because they are used before ordinary verb. ये before यहाँ पे देखिए ये ordinary verb है. Action, right? If you remember, we have talked about verb in detail. So this swim is what? It is an ordinary verb, means it is expressing an action, and it is used, this model is used before this ordinary verb. यहाँ पे definition देखें. In this definition we have talked about this thing, that model is used before an ordinary verb. So यहाँ पे देखें, हमने can is used before swim, so it is used to express what? Ability. So used before an ordinary verb and express meanings such as possibility. It may rain today. बारिश हो सकती है. If I'm using may, so what I'm expressing? I'm expressing the possibility of something, right? So permission, may I come in? So may is also used to express permission. And necessity, yani something which is compulsion. So that can be used with the help of modal what? Must. So what is actually modal? Modal are the verbs. These verbs are actually called as models. And why they are called as models? Because they are used before an ordinary verb to express different meanings. Clear? Now the next is what? Auxiliaries, right? Auxiliaries are actually helping verbs which are again used with ordinary verb. ये ordinary verb के साथ use होते हैं. किस लिए? For example, is, am, are, was, were, has, have, had. Now if you remember, हमने टेंसेस भी बीबीए एलएलबी वालों ने किए हैं, और वैसे अगर बीसीएस वालों ने भी नहीं किए तो इफ यू रिमेंबर वी टॉक्ड अबाउट डिफरेंट टॉपिक्स कि जी इसकी प्रेजेंटेशन आपको देनी है उस टॉपिक में. अगर पास्ट की बात है तो पास्ट में करनी है. इफ यू वांट टू टॉक अबाउट समथिंग विद रिस्पेक्ट टू प्रेजेंट तो वो प्रेजेंट में बात करनी है. एंड इफ यू वांट टू एक्सप्रेस समथिंग विद रिस्पेक्ट टू फ्यूचर देन यू विल टॉक विद द फ्यूचर. सो to identify different times of an action, आपको पता है is, am, are किसके लिए यूज होता है? for present. Was and were is used for past. will and shall is used with future. So all these verbs, helping verbs, is and are, which is used for present, was and were, which is used for past, has, have, present, and then had is for past. So all these are actually called as auxiliaries. And why they are called as auxiliaries? Because they are used with ordinary verbs. Ordinary verbs किस तरह जी? She is playing. Now this playing is what? It is an ordinary verb, means action verb, and is what? It is called as auxiliary. Now this she is playing, this is telling that the action is being performed right now. अभी action perform हो रहा है. So with the help of is and अगर यहाँ पे if I use was, so she was playing. So what is this was? This is called as auxiliary. And why it is called as auxiliary? Because it is expressing the action which was taking place in the past. So is and are, was and were. In the same way, if I say will, she will play. So what I want to express, will is used for something, for any action that will take place in future. So will, shall, is and are, has, have, had, they all are actually called as auxiliaries. And why they are called as auxiliaries? Because they are used with ordinary verbs to make tenses, time of an action. Passive बनाने के लिए भी active passive and we will do. तब मैं आपको बताऊंगी कहाँ पे पैसिव के लिए ये टेंसेस, ये हेल्पिंग वर्ब्स यूज होते हैं. ऑक्सिलरीज आर यूज्ड एंड क्वेश्चंस बनाने के लिए भी ऑक्सिलरीज आर यूज्ड. फॉर एग्जांपल, आर यू गोइंग? सो आर यू गोइंग, आर जो है वो पहले आ रहा है. So यहाँ पे this are is what? It is called as auxiliaries and it is used to express a question, right? In the same way, negative बनाने के लिए भी auxiliaries use होते हैं. For example, you are not going, right? So here we have used this are with not to express any action that will not take place or it is in negative sense. So again I'm repeating, what are modals and what are auxiliaries? Modals are those verbs which are used to express possibility, permission, necessity, and they are used before an ordinary verb, right? And what are auxiliaries? Auxiliaries are those helping verbs which are used in a sentence and they are used with ordinary verbs to express what? To make tenses. Tenses बनाने के लिए, any time of an action बताने के लिए, present, past or future. They are also used for making questions. They are also used for making negatives. Plus they can also be used for making. To talk in detail, हम जो details से बात करने जा रहे हैं, वो है जी models के बारे में. Right? We are going to talk about models in detail. Auxiliaries की आप दोनों की पहले definition और उनकी एग्जांपल्स आप अच्छी तरह अंडरस्टैंड कर लें. आफ्टर दैट वी आर गोइंग टू टॉक अबाउट मॉडल्स इन डिटेल, राइट? In the same way, we are going to talk about what auxiliaries. Auxiliaries are also verbs like is and are. Is and are is used for present. Was and were is used for past. Will and shall they are used for future. तो ये tenses बनाने के लिए काम आते हैं auxiliaries. Plus they are also used for making questions, negatives. ठीक है, बट वी आर गोइंग टू टॉक अबाउट मॉडल्स इन डिटेल. हम मॉडल्स को डिटेल में पढ़ने जा रहे हैं. द फर्स्ट मॉडल, दिस इज कॉल्ड एज मॉडल. ये कैन जो है, जो हम नॉर्मल रूटीन में वी पीपल यूज इन आवर डेली लाइफ, सो दिस कैन इज कॉल्ड एज मॉडल. एंड व्हाई इट इज कॉल्ड एज मॉडल? बिकॉज यहाँ पे अब हम देखते हैं व्हाई इट इज कॉल्ड एज मॉडल. Now, if I'm using these sentences in my daily life, for example, he can work this sum. Who will tell me? यहाँ पे can क्यों use हुआ है? He can work this sum or he can solve this sum. Can you lift this box? I can swim. Who will tell me why we have used can here? If a person is saying he can solve this sum, तो इसका क्या मतलब है? Say for example, आप मैथ्स का कोई क्वेश्चन सॉल्व कर रहे हैं, ठीक है? And if your teacher is asking you कि who can solve this sum, तो आप में से कोई कहता है sir I can solve this sum, तो इसका क्या मतलब है? What does it mean? हमारे कौन है सर?
It means, ma'am, that I am able to solve this question or answer.
ठीक है. So what it is expressing? It is expressing the ability of a
That
person.
yes, I can do it.
Yes, I can do it. I can go there. तो इसका क्या मतलब है? Can किस चीज के लिए यूज हो रहा है? Can is used for expressing ability that the person is capable of this thing. कि वो इस काबिल है कि वो ये काम कर ले, right? He can show this capacity. He can show this ability. So can is the first model and it is used to express what ability or capacity of someone or something. किसी भी पर्सन या किसी भी चीज की काम करने की जो कैपेसिटी और एबिलिटी है वो किसके थ्रू शो होती है? इट कैन बी शोन विद द हेल्प ऑफ व्हाट? Can. So in your normal life, whenever you want to express something, आप अपनी डेली लाइफ में कोई भी ऐसा एक्शन एक्सप्रेस करते हैं जहां पे आप शो कर सकते हैं yes I can do this, I can go there, I can help her, I can read this, I can write this, I can work on this. तो what you are expressing कि मैं ये काम कर सकता हूँ या वो ये काम कर सकती है. So you are actually expressing your ability and capacity of something. So are you clear about the first can model?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, ठीक है. नेक्स्ट आ जाइए मे पे. Now the next is what? It is may, and may is called as what? It is again another model. May is another model which we are going to talk about. If you look at these examples, the sentence says it may rain tomorrow. He may be at home. May I come in? So who will tell me why we have used may here? What is the purpose of may here, or what may is actually expressing? Yes, the students. BBA students. I will ask you turn-wise. Who will tell me about the use of may in these sentences from BBA?
For permission.
Who is telling me? G Rizwan. Okay, yes. You are telling about? Will you please tell me again why we have used may here?
For permission, ma'am.
Okay, if you look at this sentence, yes, the use of may is what? It is used for permission. Very good. And here, why we have used may in these two sentences?
For future.
For request, ma'am.
For possibility, for
Choice.
something. आप कोई चीज प्रिडिक्ट कर रहे हैं, अंदाजा लगा रहे हैं, पॉसिबिलिटी शो कर रहे हैं. मे बी इट इज पॉसिबल दैट इट मे रेन टुमारो, कल बारिश हो सकती है. और ही मे बी एट होम, वो घर में हो सकता है, मौजूद हो सकता है. सो व्हाट यू आर एक्सप्रेसिंग? यू आर एक्चुअली एक्सप्रेसिंग पॉसिबिलिटी एज वेल एज यू आर टेकिंग परमिशन, राइट? तो यहाँ पे हम लिखते हैं पॉसिबिलिटी प्लस permission. Clear? Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Next use of may.
The university.
Two examples. Yes, may you live long. May success attend you. Now, will you please tell me what do you understand with the meaning or with the use of may in these two sentences? Why do you think may has been used here?
Wishing, ma'am, wish के लिए.
Whenever we express wishes or prayers to anyone or to any person, so there we use what? We use may. So it is another use of may, and the third use of may that we have discussed right now. The first use is it is used for possibility, second is for permission, and the third is for expressing wishes. So these are the different uses of what? May. Now we are going to talk about the uses of what? Might and could, right? Now the two examples have been written here. I could swim when I was young. I can swim. The difference between these two sentences is, if you observe these two sentences, in the first sentence, it is used for past, right? When I was young, मैं swimming कर सकता था जब मैं young था. And the second is what? I can swim, मैं swim कर सकता हूँ. So this sentence is actually related with past, and the second one is related with present. Now, how did you come to know that the first one is related with past and the second one is related with present, with the difference between could and can? So we came to know this thing, that could is the past equivalent of can. could जो है वो can का क्या है? Past equivalent है. Past equivalent का मतलब होता है equal to something. ये could जो है it is equal to can, लेकिन किस sense में? For expressing something with respect to past. यानी कोई भी ability which is related with you, आपकी वो ability जो आप express कर रहे हैं, but it is related with past, तो वहां पे आप क्या use करेंगे? You will use could. But if that ability is still related with present, then you will use it with can. Are you clear about this idea?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Next is when you are using this might and you are using this may, मैं यहाँ पे past equivalent भी लिख लूं, means equal to, right? Equal to past, right? Okay जी. Next is what? It's might here. It might rain. It may rain tomorrow. So who will tell me the difference after having the idea between could and can? कौन मुझे बताएगा जब आपको could और can का मतलब समझ आ गया है, use समझ आ गया है? Now can you tell me why we have used might here in this sentence and why we have used may here in the second sentence? Could and might, as I told you that could is the past equivalent of can. If you want to express any ability with respect to past, तो वहाँ पे आप could use करेंगे. Whereas if you are using any or expressing any ability with respect to present, तो वहाँ पे आप can use करेंगे. Now we are going to talk about and we are going to see the use of might. Now here, if you compare with the second sentence, it may rain tomorrow, जो कि हमने पहले बात की है. It may rain tomorrow. You are expressing possibility with the use of may. आप present में possibility को express कर रहे हैं कि कल बारिश हो सकती है. But if you are expressing this possibility related to past, तो फिर आप क्या use करेंगे? Might. It might rain. बारिश हो सकती थी, right? So when you are expressing any possibility or when you are expressing any permission with respect to past, अगर आप उसी permission और उसी possibility की पास्ट में बात कर रहे हैं तो देयर यू विल यूज इट विद माइट। हियर अनदर एग्जांपल, said I might go, उसने कहा said is past, I might go मैं जा सकता था या मैं जा सकता था, यहाँ पे आएगा why, because we have used might here. Now why we have used this might, यहाँ पे परमिशन मिल रही है, परमिशन मिली है लेकिन कब, पास्ट में। एंड हाउ डिड वी कम टू नो कि ये परमिशन पास्ट में मिली है, of this said as well as with the of this might. So if we compare this said and might with the second sentence, अब यहाँ पे देखिए he says I may go. Now why we have used may over here, permission है with the use of may, but why we used may, because here आप देखेंगे present में बात होगी। Are you getting my point? So if you want to express any permission, अगर आप किसी परमिशन को एक्सप्रेस कर रहे हैं with the help of may, और if you are expressing any possibility with the help of may, अगर वो present में बात हुई है तो there you will use it with may, whereas if that is related, that possibility is or permission is related with past, so there you will use it with might. Are you clear about this concept of may, might, can and could? Okay, now come to this side. Now we are going to see the uses of will and shall. You all are familiar about this point that will and shall, they are used to express anything with respect to future. Will और shall जो है they are used to express any action that will take place in future. वो action जो कि future में होगा उसको express करने के लिए will and shall they are used. Now will is more common than shall. Will और shall वैसे तो दोनों future को express करते हैं लेकिन will is now more common. Look here, I will be 25 next birthday. Tomorrow will be Friday. Now here, I will be 25 next birthday. Now here, this sentence is expressing what? Any action that will take place in future. Future में होगा 25 का. Tomorrow will be, कल Friday होगी. So this will is actually used to express anything which is related with future. Now look at the second use of shall. If I speak this sentence, he shall not enter my house again. अब यहाँ पे मैं एक्सप्रेस तो फ्यूचर को कर रही हूँ लेकिन मेरी टोन किस चीज की है? He shall not enter my house again. Now here a command has been given. Order दिया जा रहा है, command दिया जा रहा है, and that command and order is better expressed with the help of shall. ये नेक्स्ट यूज है शेल का। वैसे विल और शेल के एक कॉमन यूज क्या है? दैट दे बोथ आर यूज्ड टू एक्सप्रेस फ्यूचर, बट देयर इज अनदर यूज ऑफ शेल। शेल का एक और यूज है, वो ये है दैट इट इज यूज्ड टू एक्सप्रेस एनी कमांड और ऑर्डर। नेक्स्ट यहाँ पे देखें, यू शैल बी पनिश्ड फॉर दिस। If you will do this, you shall be punished for this. Now here, what I am expressing? I am expressing a threat. मैं धमकी दे रही हूँ। Now, if I'm expressing a threat or if I'm expressing order or command, so that meaning of order, command or threat will be expressed with the help of what? Shall. वहाँ पे shall जो है वो ज्यादा suitable या forceful लगता है as compared to will. ठीक है? Common use of will and shall is what that they are used to express anything that is related with future. Clear? अब यहाँ पे हमने दो और uses shall के देखने हैं। One use of shall is that it is used for command or order. जब भी आपने कोई command और order देना है तो वहाँ पे it's better to use shall. ठीक है? And whenever you want to use threat, आप किसी को धमकी दे रहे हैं, so there you should better go for shall. So are you clear about these uses of will and shall? Okay, ji, who will tell me why I have used would here instead of will? मैंने यहाँ पे would क्यों यूज किया है? Whereas if you look at this sentence, यहाँ पे तो मैंने will यूज किया था। He said he would be 25 next birthday. Why I have used would here in this sentence, whereas here it is used with will? Who will tell me?
It is called neighbor.
said he would be 25 next birthday. Why I have used would here? यहाँ पे होना तो will चाहिए था.
Because the birthday.
Because the future.
Yes, no doubt it was there here in future as well. तो यहाँ पे मैंने would क्यों use की? The reason is you can see here it is said. ये past में बात हो रही है. Right? The way I told you कि could जो है वो past equivalent can का है, might जो है that is past equivalent of may. In the same way, would is the past equivalent of will, right? And should is actually the past equivalent of right? So that is why we have used would here instead of will, क्योंकि यहाँ पे है he said he would be 25 next birthday. उसने पहले कहा था, तो जब said आ रहा है it means कि ये बात जो है वो past में हुई थी. तो जब वो बात past में हुई थी तो वहां पे आप you will no more use will, you will use it with would because would is the past equivalent. अगर ये पर्सन अभी बात कर रहा है in the present तो फिर वो फ्यूचर में will यूज होगा, लेकिन अगर वो बात का हिस्सा पास्ट बन चुका है तो that will be used with what would. Clear? That is why we have used would here. Model is what should, and if you look at these two examples, we should obey the laws. We should obey the laws. Children should obey their parents. Now here we have used should to show the duty or the moral obligation. Moral obligation का मतलब है कि आपकी कोई इखलाकी ड्यूटी है या इखलाकी फर्ज जो है, that is actually expressed with the help of should. जब आप should कहते हैं तो it means कि आप किसी को नसीहत कर रहे हैं कि आपको ये काम करना चाहिए. For example, we should obey the laws. हमें laws को, कानून को obey करना चाहिए. And children should obey their parents. It means that you are telling the duty of a children. You are expressing the obligation. का फर्ज आप बता रहे हैं with the help of what? With the help of should. So this is the common use of should and which should be used. जो होना चाहिए आपकी नॉर्मल लाइफ में आपको पता होना चाहिए that where we should use should कि हमें should कहाँ यूज करना चाहिए. So whenever you want to express something with respect to चाहिए, आप जब भी किसी को कोई suggestion दे रहे हैं or you are expressing the duty or you are expressing obligation to another person, so there you should go for should. वहां पे आपको क्या यूज करना चाहिए? Should. Clear? ड्यूटी और ऑब्लिगेशन को एक्सप्रेस करने के लिए should is actually used, right? Next is you must improve your spelling. Can you tell me the difference in tone between must and should? Can you find any difference between should and must? जब आप कहते हैं you should improve your spelling, whereas if you say you must improve your spelling mistakes, what do you understand with the difference in idea between must and should?
Must लाजमी है मैम.
Very good. Yes, when you are using must, it means it is compulsion. It is necessity. You don't have any other choice. आपके पास choice नहीं होती when you people say must, right? So when you are saying you must get up early, it means कि तुम्हें जरूर सुबह जल्दी उठना चाहिए, जरूर उठना होगा, right? Second is you must improve your spelling. So it means that you have to work on it. There is no choice left. There is no space left. अब इसके अलावा और कोई चॉइस नहीं है. You have to do it. तुम्हें ये काम जरूर करना है. So whenever you are using must, so it is used for compulsion as well as necessity. Clear? So must for compulsion and necessity.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Last is okay. Now here the examples are we ought to love our neighbors, right? अब ought to और should के meanings यानी वो भी obligation को express करता है should, और ought to भी obligation को express करता है. लेकिन यहाँ पे ought to जो है it's more formal, it's more polite, right? So the first use of ought to is what ought to के अब हम use कर रहे हैं and it's the last model. ये last model है. तो ought to is used to express your obligation, your duty or desirability. Desirability का क्या मतलब है कि any action that should be any action that is actually expected, जो कि पसंदीदा काम है, ठीक है, एक काम जो expect किया जाता है, that is considered to be something positive, something good. So there you will use what ought to. Ought to यहाँ पे देखिए we ought to love our neighbors. हमें अपने हमसायों के साथ प्यार करना चाहिए, हुस्न सलूक, यानी उनके साथ आप sympathy show करें, kindness show करें, you should be helpful with them. So here you are actually expressing obligation. आपकी moral, आपका अखलाकी फर्ज है, and it is that action which is also desired, जो कि expect किया जाता है, जो कि पसंद किया जाता है. So there you should go for ought to. Again we ought to help him. हमें उसकी मदद करनी चाहिए, इस चीज की जरूरत है, that he needs help and we should or we ought to help him. Whenever you think that it is a required action or it is a needed action, कि इस action की जरूरत है, it's a moral obligation, it's a moral duty, ये अखलाकी फर्ज है आपका. So if you want to express that moral obligation, moral duty or desirability, वो action जिसकी जरूरत है, so there you will use what? You will use ought to. Last of ought to यहाँ पे देखिए, prices ought to come down soon. कीमतें बहुत जल्द जो है वो कम हो सकती हैं. यहाँ पे मैंने ought to क्यों use किया है? To express what? Possibility, right? Prices ought to come down soon. जल्द ही कीमतें कम हो सकती हैं. So here what I have used and why I have used ought to.
मेरे भाई का मत कर.
To express possibility. So these are the different uses of models, and I told you in the start that we will talk about models in detail. We discuss can, may, could, might, will, shall, would, should, ought and must, right? So these are all the models and the uses that we talked about. Yes, the common uses हैं, and you can easily understand them. And what you have to do, आपने क्या करना है कि you will write examples of all these models. At least 3 examples will be written under each model. यानी can लिख के उसके बाद उसकी 3 examples आपने लिखनी है, और उन 3 examples में आपने ये बताना है, you have to highlight कि यहाँ पे can क्या चीज एक्सप्रेस कर रहा है, whether it is expressing ability, whether it is expressing permission or it is expressing capacity. इसी तरह may क्या, you will write 3 different uses, and when you will write those sentences you will highlight यहाँ पे may का क्या use हुआ है. Clear?